I'm Anthony Redgrave, and I'm a forensic genealogist. I've also been doing forensic art on the side to augment my work with cold cases. On December 31st, 2019, the Clark County Sheriff's Office hosted a press conference to announce the identity of Clark County John Doe, now known as Joseph Henry Loveless, among many other names. My team at the DNA Doe Project did an amazing job making this identification. You may have seen this image attached to many news articles about this sensational case and wondered how it was made. This video will show you how I created the composite image, despite the fact that no photograph or his head was ever found. We found a lot of information about Joseph Henry Loveless, including this wanted poster under his alias Walt Cairns, but we didn't find a photograph of him. This was really frustrating. But the wanted poster has a physical description, including the clothes he was found wearing in the cave. It says, "Wanted for murder. Walt Cairns, age about 40 years, height about 5 feet 8 or 9 inches, weight about 165 pounds. Dark brown hair, slightly gray around the ears, eyes bluish brown, medium complexion, has little or no eyebrows, small scar above right eye. Tattoo of star on right hand between thumb and index finger. Also tattoo of anchor on same place on left hand. He wore a light-colored hat, brown coat, red sweater, blue overalls over black trousers." We also found a lot of family photos that had been uploaded publicly to Family Search. These were close relatives, including his parents, grandparents, and his siblings. I knew that age progressions for missing children are done using family photos as reference, and sometimes in composites. And I had done some compositing over post-mortem photographs or photos of skeletal remains in forensic art previously for John and Jane Does. So I knew that, especially given the strong family traits in these family photos, that I would be able to construct a plausible likeness of Mr. Loveless. When I'm working on forensic art, I use Autodesk Sketchbook, which is an excellent digital painting program that produces results similar to traditional media. I do cleanup, cropping, and enhancing of my source photos, and final cleanup of the composite with Adobe Photoshop. I use a Wacom bamboo tablet for drawing. Occasionally, I'll use my Android tablet and a pressure-sensitive stylus with the Autodesk Sketchbook mobile app, but this time I used my MacBook. The results are about the same. We had a few clues from the wanted poster, and all of Mr. Loveless's family members have a strong resemblance to each other. For example, he's described as having little or no eyebrows, like his dad here, so I used his dad's eyes and eyebrows. I used the nose from his grandmother, the mouth of his grandfather, and a couple of other features from his mother, brother, and sister, such as his square jaw and thin lips. After I cut and paste all of these pieces together in Photoshop, it ends up looking kind of like Mr. Potato Head, so I have some more work to do. I take this really weird-looking file and I open it in Autodesk Sketchbook, and I start painting over top of everything. I do this with a combination of the Natural Blend Brush tool, the Blend tool, and the Smudge tool. By holding the Option key, I can quickly grab colors already present in the picture so everything matches. I never try to blend my own colors while I'm doing this. For some reason, I tend to work from the left eye around the face in a clockwise direction, but that's just me. The description from the wanted poster said he was wearing a red sweater, blue overalls, and a light-colored hat, so I grabbed some stock photos of people facing the same direction as my image to add to the composite. The wanted poster also noted that he had a scar over his right eye, so I added that in. Notably absent from the physical description was anything about facial hair, so I depicted him without it. The image was technically done at this point, but knowing the time period in which he actually lived, I decided that it needed a little bit of flair. I went to one of my favorite free asset sites, Spoon Graphics, and found a package of vintage photo texture overlays. You can get these and a lot of other fun stuff at spoongraphics.co.uk. There have been times when I have had so much fun finding assets on this site that I forgot what I was even downloading them for. Some forensic artists don't think it's a good idea to add color to images because it can create bias if the colors they choose aren't exact to what the person may have looked like in life. In my opinion, I think that if there is evidence of colors of clothing or hair found with unidentified remains, that it should be indicated, and that it's okay to have more than one approximation image of the same individual. Interestingly, Henry was still wearing the red sweater when his remains were found, and I was able to see pieces of the sweater when I visited Idaho State University's anthropology department. That helped me to get the sweater color right. I based the eye color off of what other people of similar ethnicity have, and I assumed he'd be pretty tan as I knew from records that he worked with horses. The technique I'm using here is the same one that I use to restore and colorize old family photos. In Photoshop, I use the black and white original image as the base layer and add a solid color layer for every color I'm going to need. I set the blending mode of the solid color layer to soft light and invert the matte from all white to all black. Now I can paint on this layer with a white brush. The color of each layer can be adjusted as I go in case the skin color is too orange or the eye color seems unnatural. Sometimes, adjusting the brightness and contrast of the black and white image fixes how the colors look better than actually adjusting the colors. It's a delicate process, but produces great results. If you're watching this video and you're a relative of the Loveless family, go through your old family photos and journals and letters and see if you have an actual photo of Joseph Henry Loveless. Seeing how a person looked in life after I've done forensic art of them really helps me to know how I can improve. Also, since this is an open murder investigation, any information you could have could be really helpful. If you have anything to share, please contact the Clark County Sheriff's Office.